Na 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 na. Hey guys, Black and 24/7 here, and as you can tell from my intro today's video, we'll be talking about Zelda today. Um, I recently beat Zelda Skyward Sword. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but man, whew, it was epic, like crazy epic. But yeah, everything about the game was just, it was really innovative. There's one thing that has, obviously I've compared it to, and that's Twilight Princess. And Twilight Princess being my favorite Zelda game personally, I was kind of comparing it at every little bit, and there's definitely some good sides and some bad sides to both of the games. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm kind of going to go through both games, give some information about them, and then kind of give my 2 cents on them, ultimately give you my opinion on which one I think is better personally. But it's all up to you guys. Sound off in the comments, tell me what you think. And maybe we can have a small debate here, see which one is unanimously better. Alright, so to begin, I'm going to start off with Twilight Princess. Alright, so this game was Zelda that a lot of fans were wanting for a very long time. It is a darker, more realistic kind of Zelda. This kind of tone was not seen in the series since Majora's Mask at the time. From 6 years before this game's release, which when Majora's Mask came out. But on top of that, this game was a launch title for the Nintendo Wii, so its anticipation was very high at the time, and it was high as it possibly could have been. You know what I mean? And it presumably did deliver, you know. So everything from the dungeons to the story and the motion controls just felt right. It was just built really well. Just thinking about it makes me want to play it again. I mean, it's a great game. I have a lot of great memories attached to it. My favorite part of Twilight Princess definitely had to be the storytelling. The story in that game was amazing, and the darkness and the heaviness, like with help of the graphics and the overall tone and lighting, just kind of gave it that depressing feeling, which really helped to set off the story and bring the characters together. But my least favorite part of that game, by far, is the collecting the Tears of Twilight. My God, ugh, collecting Tears of Twilight, so much frustration. Like, ugh. Given I was like, what, 12 when this game came out? Yeah, 12, 11, 12. But still, I would freak over that. And, that Sand Temple. Ooh, that Sand Temple caught me good, too. Ooh. But on a side note, a couple years later, they just so happened to bring back collecting Tears and freaking Skyward Sword. It's like, why? Why? Like, when I saw the Silent Realms, I'm like, okay, cool, what is this gonna be? Because I was going and I didn't really know quite what the Silent Realms were. So, you go to the first Silent Realm in Fairy Woods, and you are standing in a circle, and Linda's like running through all this stuff, and I was like, okay, wow, what am I gonna do here? And Link holds his hands against his chest, and just like a blue light come out. All of a sudden, you pull out the tear gauge, or whatever you call it, and I was like, what? What? I about threw my controller on the floor because I remembered how much I hated collecting Tears in Twilight Princess. So I was like, but it turned out that it was a lot easier in Skyward Sword because, you know, with the fruit of light that made you like, it made it like easier to see the tears and stuff. And I don't know, it wasn't as bad. But Twilight Princess was so, oh god. Ooh. And secondly, we got Skyward Sword here. Now, Skyward Sword is a very interesting title because it is the only exclusive Zelda title for the Nintendo Wii. Now, obviously, Twilight Princess was a launch title for the Wii, so it was a port from the GameCube version. But this Zelda right here is completely made for the Nintendo Wii. It's got completely integrated motion controls and everything, and it even has the Wii Motion Plus use, which allowed a 1-to-1 ratio of sword play. Now, this really changed the gameplay and allowed for many different mechanics within the game, which was fantastic. The gameplay was revolutionary. Now, and getting to what I liked about Skyward Sword was the gameplay itself. The gameplay was fantastic, the art style was timeless, especially on Nintendo Wii. It looked really good on the Wii. And though Twilight Princess had the more realistic graphics, it's definitely showing its age. Given it did come out in 2006, but I mean, everybody knows the Wii's power, but Skyward Sword, the art style of it, it's just a particular art style that the cel-shaded thing is just, it's kind of timeless, and it really takes a while for it to really show its age. I mean, Wind Waker still looks good these days. So, anyway, what I didn't really like, though, about Skyward Sword is, Fi just didn't strike the right chord with me. She was very, she had like no personality to her, unlike Midna from Twilight Princess, and I don't know, I felt some of the motion controls were kind of a nuisance at parts, like the flying, the loft wing, and the beetle. Yeah, those parts kind of felt cumbersome to me, frustrating a little bit, but that's just me. And I also thought the last boss was a little simple. I mean, though I did get overly prepped for it, thinking that it was going to be extremely difficult, but yeah, it wasn't that difficult, but I haven't played Hero yet, so maybe I'll get that to try, maybe it'll be much more of a challenge, but yeah, I didn't like it as much as Twilight Princess, admittedly, and I just didn't feel like it was constructed as well. So, in the end, I guess I could say I just have to give it to Twilight Princess. So, that's it. Sound on the comments. What do you guys think? Did you like Twilight Princess better? Did you like Skyward Sword better? Skyward Sword really, like, you know, brought the franchise full circle, because it really gave you the backstory of spoiler alert, the descendants of, or the ancestors of Link and Ganon, and so forth and so on. But yeah, sound off in the comments, tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Like 24/7.